Good morning, everybody. Orange here with another AFK Journey video, and this morning we had Florabelle's kit revealed to us on the AFK Journey website. Now we're getting a feel for how they're going to put out new information on characters right now. It looks like on a day we're going to get a teaser trailer. That day was yesterday, and then the following day we will get the skills revealed for that character in text form. What we still don't have, and where I will hesitate a little bit in saying Florabelle is going to be like hardcore new meta, we don't have modifiers yet. We don't have numbers. We don't have scaling numbers. We don't know how like strong she's going to be, but we do know what her kit does, and her kit does all of the things that so far have been pretty strong in this game. Or I should say all things. It does a lot of the things that have been pretty strong in this game. And I want to start this video by focusing in on one of those things in particular. So if we jump to the website right here, you see this skill, Protective Blessing. This isn't even a skill that they, decided to give a picture to on the website. This just says Florabelle's passive skill grants a permanent shield to allied summons. Okay, she never hesitates to lend a hand to fellow summoners, and I'm sure you already have someone in mind who would make a great teammate for Florabelle. Well, I certainly do. And if we go to my PvP tier list, we've got Damien and Cecia as two summoners in this game right now, both of whom I think are S tier in PvP. And Cecia is obviously just hard carrying people in PvE pushing teams. So a unit coming into this game that buffs two characters just through her passive ability that are already like S or A level characters, depending on what game mode you're playing in this game, feels huge. Now, the rest of her kit is strong too. So here in a minute, I'm going to go through and kind of like put together what I think a meta team comp with her could look like. But before that, let's go ahead and look at the rest of her skills and then kind of talk about what she's going to do. So Florabelle the fighter relies mainly on her summoning her 3 bulb sprite babies to deal damage while she boosts their attack. So child labor. So we'll just call this move child laborer Florabelle. Okay, pounding blow. At the start of battle, Florabelle summons a spear-wielding bulb sprite. So this is going to be her weakest one, probably. She's going to walk out with Spear Bro coming out, or Spear Baby. This is going to be great. Spear Baby coming out to assist her. Then when casting her ultimate, Florabelle summons Mighty Hammer-wielding Baby, dealing high damage and knocking enemies within an area in the air. So summons, we already know summons are strong. Both summoning characters in this game are really good. She does that. We also know crowd control is really strong. And she's bringing big AoE crowd control to your team. So far, so good. We're checking a lot of boxes right here, Florabelle. Dealing high damage is always nice, and knocking enemies within an area in the air. With powerful AoE attacks and crowd control effects, Florabelle is an excellent choice for your crowd control formations. We have a crowd control formation that is already one of the top formations in the game. It uses wilder units. It looks like she's going to also be a wilder unit, I would imagine. So she just feels like she slots in very nicely to the meta we have in the game right now. Okay, Overgrowth feeds a snack to the bulb sprite baby, at least they called them babies this time, with the highest attack, enlarging it, big baby, and granting it powerful buffs for a limited duration. Do not underestimate this skill. It can deal significant damage to enemies in many combat situations. Okay, so whatever baby she has that is the strongest, in this case it looks like the Spear Baby, she's going to give him a treat, and then the baby's going to, be on that sugar high just popping off. Okay, Tiny Sharpshooter. Florabelle summons a short bow baby. So this is her third summon, the bow baby right here. If there's already a short bow baby on the battlefield when this skill is cast, it will instead unleash a burst of arrows, hitting enemies with multiple shots in a short amount of time. There is a boss in this game right now, and I can't remember where it is. I want to say it was like a treasure fight or some kind of hard fight in this game that does this like massive AoE arrow attack, and it's random who it hits, but it just decimated my team. Like I had to power up before I could beat this fight. It's one of the few fights in this game on the world map that I ran into, and I was like, okay, chill. I'm gonna have to like actually go power level to beat this thing. This skill gives Florabelle a decent ranged attack ability, so she has access to backline. How I read this is a lot of her kit, like at least with her Spear Baby, looks like Spear Baby's gonna be fighting like whatever's kind of in front of her. This one should give you some backline access, so it does help her in PvP situations, or if you're trying to eliminate the backline. We've already read Protective Blessing, and it says, in conclusion, Florabelle Blooming Maiden, a hero in AFK Journey, has both excellent damage output and gentle, beautiful appearance, and crowd control effects, and uses child labor. To learn more about this character story, download AFK Journey now, blah, blah, blah. She will be out April 16th, which if the next day resets in about what, 10 hours from now. Yeah, about 10 hours until reset, the time I'm recording this. So that means about 34 hours from the time I'm filming and releasing this video. And then she'll be out for about a month, and then we'll get to see our next character after that. So something really cool to look forward to. What I want to talk about real quick here is I want to put together like in theory, a team comp that could use her. I'll update my Hands of Resonance team. Gosh, I'm so close to Resonance level 170. I need 900 more dust and I get to 170 today. That'll be a great little level to take Florabelle in at in a few days. Maybe I can get to 180 by then. Anyway, so let me go ahead. Let's obviously, I'm going to keep Thorin in here. I think Thorin is a part of this. I'm going to drop Vala for Damien, and then I'm going to keep Cecia in here. So here we have the strongest tank in the game, which I imagine you still are going to need a tank. There's very few situations in this game that I've seen where you don't need a tank. So here we have tank, summoner, summoner. I'm then going to drop, I'm going to drop you for Mouseketeer. So Baby Mouse is coming in. Baby Mouse represents Florabelle. Right here what you have is Rowan, Florabelle, 2 summoners, and a tank. Baby J wanted to say hi. Say hi, Baby J.
Hi, Baby J.
Okay, get out of here. There we go, Florabelle. I could do child labor too. Anyway, so what Florabelle's going to need to get her third baby out is energy. What Cecia needs to get her giant not baby friend out is a lot of energy. And then, you know, Damien's in the back just putting out stuff all the time. So I think Rowan could be a very powerful ally for her. This is a team right here that has some tanking. The sustain on this team comes from Damien and Thorin kind of keeping himself alive, and the fact that you were like switching tanks all the time with Cecia summon, with Damien summon, and maybe with Florabelle summons. This team is going to have a ton of allies running around the battlefield and a ton of energy regeneration and potion giving out from Rowan. He is also a sustainer if you get him duped out enough, but not everybody's going to have that, especially if they're a newer player. So this team looks really hard to kill. If Florabelle's damage is high, you have a lot of damage between her and Cecia. The drawback of this team could be if Cecia is your only carry, mono carry teams might not be the strongest in PvP. Okay, another team comp you could run with her. I'm going to, just for the sake of this, I'm going to drop Thorin for Granny. We're going to go more Wilder based team right here. One thing about this team that I just showed off is this team here does not hit a elemental bonus, and that could be a problem. And maybe you end up like dropping Rowan for if you wanted more sustain, you could drop Rowan for like Hewin, or drop Rowan for, you know, maybe some kind of person that gives you more damage when you're crowd controlling the enemy. You just lose that energy regeneration and some sustain. And somebody like Rowan has been so powerful in this game so far that I don't know that you would want to drop him. Anyway, okay, let's continue. I want to talk about another potential team comp here. I'm going to drop you for Granny. Go for that Wilder bonus. Now we already have the 3 Wilder bonus with Granny, Damien, and Florabelle. Then I'm going to drop Rowan for Iron. Where is Iron at? Right here. Now you have the like Wombo combo team starting to build. What you don't have here is any kind of sustain yet. I mean, outside whatever little sustain Damien gives. So do you drop Cecia for this team and go for, again, some more like AoE Wombo combo-ness, hoping that, you know, that big AoE damage output they're talking about works? Like, can she work into this mono Wilder team somehow? Maybe she can. And, you know, again, maybe you just drop this for the comet summoning from oh gosh, what's our girl's name, Leica, who, if all of those babies are hitting somebody, does that proc Leica? You would Leica ult and you get those comets coming down, does that proc that? I don't know, we'll have to see. You obviously have the support option here with Hewin. You could make a pretty strong Wilder team already, and you might even just be able to make a stronger Wilder team, which still gets some synergy from summons with Damien now with her coming out. So those are kind of my early thoughts on what a meta team could be. I think the strongest version is going to be a Cecia comp with Rowan, her, and then maybe a third Graveborn. I think that's probably what you're looking at here, or a Damien, something like this. But again, the problem with this comp here is you are Wilder, Graveborn, Lightbringer, and it doesn't get any kind of buff. So maybe, I don't know, there's the 2 summoners plus her. That's Wilder, Graveborn. Maybe this is the moment where Granny kind of comes in as one of the predominant tanks in the game, and you just drop Thorin. I don't know that that's the case necessarily, but this would at least give you the 3 Wilder combo, and then you just have, you know, 2 randos out here with the Graveborn and the Lightbearer. So at least you're getting some kind of bonus there, I believe. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of my thoughts on the meta shifting. I do think the buffs to Damien and Cecia are going to be great. I will be pulling for Florabelle live after she drops. I will stream that. It'll be my first AFK Journey stream. We're going to get her to Mythic Plus. We're going to test her out. We're going to get a guide video out for her like ASAP after she releases. So look forward to that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Peace.